Echo Park. Get on the bus! And now it's time for another story. Da-da-da-da-da-da! The Gold Line! Welcome back to Busted! Hey, I'm Scott Schultz, and I hope you had a happy Halloween. This is Hollywood High School in the background here, and I took the number 2 bus this year on Halloween. I rode to Echo Park to go to an event. I dressed up as Howard Stern / Joey Ramone, and it all goes back a couple of months prior in August. I had woken up one morning. I worked in Hollywood, and I got my morning coffee at the Coffee Bean across from the Chinese Theater, and I was having a really disappointing phone call with my mother. It was one of those phone calls where we went over all the ways that I'm disappointing. And I was just really getting depressed when all of a sudden one of the impersonators from across the street at the Chinese Theater, the Zach Galifianakis impersonator, or more specifically, the character Alan from The Hangover, with the baby and the glasses. He walked in, and he was sitting next to me at the Coffee Bean while I'm talking to my mom and getting more and more depressed. And I get off the phone, and the Zach Galifianakis impersonator recognized my body language, could tell I was upset, and we started chatting, and it was a very friendly conversation. And people would stop every few seconds and do a double take because they thought I was talking with the actual Zach Galifianakis. And all of a sudden, the Zach character said to me, "Dude, if you got a Howard Stern wig and went out to the Chinese Theater, I bet you would make $200 a night easy." And I was like, wow, $200 a night, that's awesome. That's way more money than I'm making right now. So at my lunch break, I went down the street to the Hollywood Wig and Toy Shop, and I picked up the 80s DJ wig, this guy right here. And I looked like Howard Stern. I mean, it definitely worked. And I went to the Chinese Theater that night, and I took a gig, selling posing for pictures as they would walk past the Chinese Theater. But as it turned out, I don't really know Howard Stern because I haven't listened to him for years, decades even. So all I could do is really just stand out there and go like, "Hi, I'm Howard Stern. Welcome to Hollywood. Anyone want a picture? Welcome to Hollywood." And I really just felt like a piece of celebrity man meat, just kind of in between Captain Jack and a really skinny Superman and a short Spider-Man. So I really didn't enjoy it, and I was like, to hell with this. I'm not doing this ever again, And I have a college degree. And then along came, Halloween, so I was like, okay, I'll get some mileage out of this, because I was still very upset. I mean, because it's not so much that I didn't make the $40 back that I spent on this wig, but I didn't get a single picture taken of me, not one. I didn't make $1. Nobody took my picture, and that was just really upsetting. It made me feel like the worst impersonator in the land. And so anyway, it's Halloween. More people, when I went out to the Chinese Theater, thought I was Joey Ramone than Howard Stern. So as a joke, I decided I would tell people that if they asked if I was Howard Stern, I'd say, "No, I'm Joey Ramone." And if they asked if I was Joey Ramone, I'd say, "No, I'm Howard Stern." And my friend lives behind the Chinese Theater here, and I had like my little circle specs on, and like he had in the Private Parts album cover, or book cover. And so we're waiting to catch the number 2 bus from where Orange Drive is in front of the IHOP, International House of Pancakes, to go down to Echo Park to see some bands playing. And I'm standing out there, and this homeless man dressed up as a Hollywood biker with a jacket that says Hollywood Biker or Hollywood Hells Angels and has the bandana. And he's like, "Hey, Howard Stern, love it!" And I'm like, "No, I'm Joey Ramone." And he's like, "Oh, sorry. Hey, Joey Ramone, love it." And then, he walks up to me with a can of Budweiser and an unsmoked joint. And the Budweiser is just open, but, you can still see the top of the liquid. It's got about 15.5 ounces in there. And he's like, "Hey, Joey Howard, want to share a beer and a joint with a real Hollywood biker?" And I'm like, no, it's okay, because I don't want to put my mouth anywhere that he's putting his mouth. And I'm already high anyhow, and we're going to be drinking, when we get to Echo Park. So then the biker comes back and goes, "Hey, Joey, you got $1 you can give me? And I'm like, no, man, I'm sorry, I don't have any money. He's like, come on, Joey Howard, you don't have $1? I'm like, no, man, I'm sorry. If I did, I'd give it to you. And he goes, don't fuck with me, Howard Joey. And then he just gives me this stare. And I'm like thinking, man, am I going to have to fight him? Because I don't want to fight because I have no peripheral vision. So I can't see until it's right in front of my face. And plus, anybody that's read Hell's Angels by Hunter Thompson knows you fight one homeless biker, you got to fight the whole gang of homeless bikers. So I'm totally not into this. And plus, I don't want to ruin my wig, my $40 investment. And so I'm a little bit concerned. And then all of a sudden he just says to me, you know what, Joey Ramone? Suck my white dick! And he runs off behind the International House of Pancakes. And and I'm looking at my friend like, did this just happen? And then all of a sudden the next group of trick-or-treaters or costume people walk across the street. And he's like, hey, Donald Trump, love it! And we're like, oh, okay, this dude's just, on begging patrol right now. And then all of a sudden this dude comes walking up from the east, from La Brea, and he's like, oh my God! Dude, I'm friends with PJ Souls. I'm personal friends with PJ Souls. So I know that he thinks I'm Joey Ramone because PJ Souls is the actress who starred in Rock and Roll High School, the Ramones movie. And so then he says, oh, dude, you got to let me take a picture of you. I'm a personal friend of PJ Souls, and I'm going to send this to her, and she's going to love it. So I posed for the picture, because I wanted to pose for a picture so badly, for 3 months. So I'm like, yeah, there you go. And he takes the picture. He's like, awesome, thank you, man. And then he puts on the camera, the video camera. And I could tell because the light is showing. And he goes, PJ Souls, guess who I'm with? Right across the street from Hollywood High School, the original rock and roll high school, it's Joey Ramone. So I start singing. Rock, 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 rock and roll high school. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. I do the guitar. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. I don't care about history. Rock, rock, rock and roll high school. That's not where I want to be. Rock, rock, rock and roll high school. I just want to get some kicks. I just want to have some chicks. Rock, 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 rock and roll high school. Rock, 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 rock and roll high school. Rock, 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 rock and roll high school. Dun, dun, dun. And then the bus pulls up. And he's like, oh my God, dude, that was so awesome. PJ Souls is going to love this. I'm a personal friend of PJ Souls. Of course, I know this. He's said it 20 times already. I'm going to send this to PJ Souls, and she's going to love it. And I'm getting on the bus. He goes, what's your name anyhow? And I step off before I tap the card, and I go, I'm Howard Stern. And then I went to the show. And that's my story. And we'll be back with more stories in just